Do you want to trade your skins? Do it right now! Skinsjar.com.
Hey guys, it's Trill again, and a viewer called Exo sent me a Twitch clip from Adrian 2 weeks ago and asked me to make a video about weapons being able to be picked up through solid walls in CSGO. In this clip you can see Adrian push into mid on cash with only a deagle in hand and suddenly picks up an AWP that was dropped in front of Boost on the other side of the wall.
You're in
On
small.
the back T-spawn to B. Yeah.
I have A.
Boost me.
I have A, guys.
I just got an op through the wall, dude.
I have B.
Oh, you're
Fuck this, I just got
insane.
an op through the wall. Fuck it.
At first I was like, well, that's not super rare to happen, even though it's always funny when it does, but I guess most of the people playing CSGO probably already saw this and know about it already. But then I kept thinking about this and came to the conclusion that this is indeed worth investigating for me. Even though this has been around in Counter-Strike for years now, the fact that people seemingly got used to it doesn't justify this being a thing in Counter-Strike Go. Why should you be allowed to pick up weapons through walls and doors when there's clearly no opening that would remotely justify this to happen? And since I already made a video about grenades being able to fly through solid doors, I figured it's worth investigating this issue a bit and try to find out more about this. For that I went to my trusted test map again and came up with a small setup. First of all, I wanted to figure out how thick a wall can become until it's not possible to pick up a weapon through it anymore. Because it was pretty difficult to position the weapon exactly against the wall, I simply built this angled conveyor chute, which would guarantee me that the weapon tossed onto it would 100% touch the wall on the other side, and I would have an exact amount of units to measure the distance with. So at first, things seemed to be very easy. I kept tossing in my USP and came to the conclusion that the thickest wall you can pick up this gun through is 24 units thick. But of course everything had to start getting complicated again when I tried with different weapon types. Even though I was not able to pick up my USP through this wall, it was no problem doing so with the M4A4 for example. I kept trying with the M4A4 until I reached 41 units and it wouldn't work anymore, but then again, when I tried with the Negev, I was able to pick this one up through even thicker walls. This wall right here is 45 units thick and I honestly wanna ask all of you guys, would you have thought that you were able to pick up a weapon through a wall of that size? I honestly don't think that this should be a thing in the game of Counter-Strike. At the end, I just tossed in a large number of different skins into each conveyor chute to see which ones I would be able to pick up through the wall. As you can see on the thicker walls, I was only able to pick up very large guns like the Negev, M249, AWP and Auto Sniper, whereas smaller SMGs and pistols wouldn't even pass to much thinner walls than this. For me, the most logical thing that would explain this is that different guns have a different pickup radius around them. You may know that the AWP for example is probably the longest weapon in the game, however you cannot pick it up with your use key at all parts of the gun. You'll know when you can pick up a gun as soon as you can see the weapon's name pop up on your screen. Parts of the barrel of the AWP stay untouched though, as you can see right here. So let me share my guess on how the weapon pickup radius of a gun is determined. You find the longest distance from one pickup point to the next one like on the AWP right here and draw a circle around these 2 points. That's why it might be possible to pick up a gun through a wall even though the model itself does not poke through the wall, but the auto pickup circle does. Then I also believe that either the player's model also has a sort of pickup range around his model, since it always seems that weapons are picked up way before your feet would touch them, or there's a set standard edit radius around each gun, so a player does not have to hit the weapon perfectly every time when walking over it. I'm not sure if that's how it works exactly, and I couldn't find any console commands that would help me with this, but all I know is that it must be something similar to this, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to pick up a Negev through this wall, but you can't do it with a much smaller weapon. To further encourage my theory, here's a small setup that may or may not confirm this idea. I dropped a P2000 in front of a Negev, which is clearly a good amount of units behind the P2000, however, my player picks up the Negev before he's able to get the P2000 with auto pickup. To me this confirms, the bigger the weapon, the bigger the auto pickup radius around the gun. Now I couldn't come up with an easy fix for this within the hammer editor itself, and I believe that this is a problem that solely Valve can fix. Sure, one option to fix this would be for the mapper to make all walls in their levels incredibly thick, but that would get rid of all the wallbang spots that we learned to love or hate. Well, let's hope that we'll see a solution for this problem with a port to the new Source 2 engine this summer. I always love to investigate things like these and hope you also learned something new in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, let me know what you think about this, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.